everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the worlds of Age of Sigmar, and today we are painting the all-new Jorvan Creel. Yes, this gorgeous new character for the Cities of Sigmar that Games Workshop very kindly sent to me earlier as part of the Spearhead City of Ash box to build up and paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we're going to do starting right now. So, Jorvan and Thexa have been primed in Grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is a really interesting one. It's going to be a roughly 3 parts Black Legion to 1 part Shyish Purple, with 1 part Lamia Medium thrown in for good measure, and we're going to be applying this over top of all of Jorvin Creel's armour. It's a really interesting colour scheme, this one. There's some very, very cool colours. So we're going to get this over top of all of his armour plates. And then once that's done, we'll come back. So with that all done, we're now going to take some Gryph-Charger Grey. We're going to apply this over top of the inside of this little tunic down here. And we're going to apply this over the top of the trousers and the inside and outside of the cloak. Whilst we wait for that Gryph-Charger Grey to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Skeleton Horde and we're going to apply this to the outside of this tunic, and we're also going to apply this over top of the shirt and over the top of the wraps on the boots. And so with that all done, just because we're still waiting for things to dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of his hair. So with that all done, our Gryph-Charger Grey should be dry by now, so it's time to apply a second layer of Gryph-Charger Grey. So with that second layer of Gryph-Charger Grey all applied, we're now going to take a roughly 4 parts Cygor Brown to 1 part Lamia Medium mix. We're going to apply this over the top of all the remaining leather details, excluding all of the various weapon sheaths. And with that all done, we're then going to take some Flesh Tearers Red and we're going to apply this over top of all of the weapon sheaths and weapon grips as well. And with that Flesh Tearers Red all applied, we then take a little bit of Mantis Warriors Green and we apply this over top of this little badge here on his chest. And so with that all done, we then want to take some Guilliman Flesh and we're going to apply this over top of his hands and face. So with that now done, it's time to take a little bit of some thinned down Iron Warriors. We're going to apply this over top of the silver details, which include this little bit of chainmail just down here, the sword blade, naturally, and the detailing on the shield, but not the banding around the outside of the shield. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour, and we're going to apply this over top of all the remaining details. And with that, it's time to add some shades. And the first of which is going to be some Agrax Earthshade. And we're going to apply this over top of the Skeleton Horde down here. And we're going to apply this over top of the barding, or banding, on the shield. And over the top of the Skeleton Horde on his legs. We don't need to do it on the shirt. And with that all done, we then take some Nuln Oil. We apply this over the top of the silver. Next up, we take some Tyran Blue, and we apply this over top of the cloak. And then finally we take some Reikland Fleshshade and we apply this over top of the gold and the red. So with that all done, he is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, so it's now time to take him to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some highlights and some layers. So the first of these is going to be a highlight. It's going to be some thinned down Daemonette Hide. We're going to use this to highlight his, well, armor panels. With that Daemonette Hide all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Warpfiend Grey. And we're going to use this to add some little spot highlights to that dark armor. So with that all done, the armor's finished, so what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the cloak. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Russ Grey. We're going to thin it down just a little bit more than we would normally, sort of 3 or 4 parts water to 1 part paint. I'm going to use this to do quite a, not chunky layer, but I'm basically going to use this to do a relayer of the cloak. Just leaving behind any of the recesses where the shade is fully settled. So with that Russ Grey all applied, we're then going to do a very, very similar thing, only this time we're going to use some Fenrisian Grey. We're going to use this just a little bit over less of the cloak, basically. And so with that all done, we're then going to take a little bit of some thinned down blue horror. I'm going to use this now to highlight the folds of the cloak. So with that all done, the cloak's now finished. So what we're going to do is going to move on to his skin. We're going to take some thinned down Kislev Flesh. I'm going to use this to, well, effectively relayer the face. And with that Kislev Flesh applied, we then take some thinned down Flayed One Flesh. We use this to pick out the most prominent features in his face. And so with that all done, we then take a teensy tiny little bit of Black Legion and we apply this over top of his eyeballs. So with that all done, we then take the tiniest little dot of Screaming Skull and we apply this in the corners of his eyeballs. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Ionrach Skin. And we're going to use this to highlight and fully layer this little doodad on his chest. And by fully layer, I kind of mean just pick out the sort of squid and the edge. And so with that all done, we then take some thinned down Dawnstone and we're going to use this to highlight his hair. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Morghast Bone and we're going to use this to highlight the skeleton horde areas. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Mournfang Brown. I'm going to use this to highlight the leather details. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. And we're going to use this to highlight the silver. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Liberator Gold. I'm going to use this to highlight all of the gold. So with that all done, Jorvan Creel is now, well, finished. So it's time to pop him to one side. And we're going to work on Thexa now as well. So we've already done the armor panels here and here because, well, we had the mix at the beginning. So we just, did it. But the first color that we're going to be using is Skeleton Horde. And we're going to apply this over top of all of Thexa's skin. Well, fur, I guess. So with that all done, we've applied the skeleton horde over the top of the soil on the base as well. That's for a little bit later on. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Lahmian Medium and Ratling Grime. And we're going to apply this over the top of the top of the body of Thexa, because we want to get that sort of lovely grey sort of base in. So we're going to do a little bit of blending here. So we're going to apply this over top of basically the entirety of the head, excluding the chin, effectively. Just make sure we don't overload the eyes. Absorb that paint. There we go. Lovely. Marvellous. And then over the top of the back, basically, what we're going to do is we're going to apply this and then blend it down the leg. It's quite a shallow blend, as it were. So we're going to apply this all the way along the tail, come down the body like so. Then we're going to wash the brush, get rid of the water. And then we're just going to blend this like so. Just absorb that kind of large dark patch. And I'm going to rinse and repeat on the other side. And so with that all done, we're then going to do the same thing again, only this time what we're going to do is going to use a roughly 1-to-1 mix of Black Templar and Lahmian Medium. I'm going to do a slightly smaller amount. So once again, we're just going to go over the top of the entirety of the head. Excluding the chin, but once it's on, I'm going to wash the brush, touch off the water. I'm just going to give it a little tiny blend around the bottom of the cheeks, like so. And then we're just going to make sure once again that we haven't overloaded the eyes, like that. And then we conquer the rest of the model again. And this time I'm just going to start on the tail. Come all the way up. And pretty much only need sort of that much. And then we wash the brush, touch off the water. And then we just blend it down the body. Like so. Whilst we wait for the body to fully dry, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Wyldwood, and we're now going to apply this over top of the skeleton horde on all the soil. And this goes double for Jorvin Creel as well. Now that the body's fully dry, what we're going to do is we're going to once again take some Black Templar. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to draw in the sort of panther stripes. So we just don't want a huge amount of this on our brush. And then just on the body here, what we're going to do is just going to pick a place to start. And I'm just going to start, I think, right about here. And we're just going to draw a little line coming down like that. We're just going to keep going with the Black Templar all along the body of Thexa. With our Panther stripes all applied, we're still with Black Templar at the minute, because what we're going to do is we're going to apply this over top of the roof tiles. And so with that all done, we're really just going to be finishing off the couple of details here, and it's very similar to Jorvin Creel. So we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Cygor Brown to 1 part Larmian medium mix, and we're going to apply this over top of Thexa's leather. But the other thing we're going to do with Cygor Brown, and this is going to be non-thinned down, so just Cygor Brown on its own, is we're going to apply this over top of all of the wood on the bases. And then next up we take a little bit of Flesh Tearer's Red and we apply this inside Thexa's mouth. Next up we're going to take some Black Legion and we're going to apply this over top of the fur of the rat. So with that all done, we're actually going to finish off the silver, the armor and the leather off camera, because we've done it once already with Jorvan Creel. So instead what we're going to do now is we're just going to focus on finishing off the rest of the kind of new details, as it were. And what we're going to do first is we're going to take a little bit of some thinned down Storm Vermin fur. We're going to use this to effectively highlight the dark grey areas of Thexa's skin. With that all done, we're then going to take a little bit of Screaming Skull. I'm going to use this to pick out the teeth. With that all done, we then want to take a little bit of some thinned down Morghast Bone. I'm going to use this to highlight the bone parts of the skin. So with that all done, we're then going to take a teensy tiny little bit of Kislev Flesh. Not very much at all. I'm going to apply this in the corners of the eyeballs. And with that all done, we then take some Guilliman Flesh and we apply this over top of the rat tail. Like so. So now we're just going to finish off those areas on Thexa, so the metallics and the blackish purple and the brown, and then we'll be back in a bit. So now the silver, the sort of purplish black armor and the brown are up to snuff on Thexa. It means that these two are now effectively finished. The only thing left to do is their bases, which we've done most of already. And well, what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of Stirland Mud and just in this little kind of sort of negative space that's around the corners, we're going to apply this. And then to finish the whole thing off, we will dry brush the entirety of the base with some Tyrant Skull. Now, we've done that 100 times before. on camera, so we're not going to do it now. But well, I don't have a but. I'll see you for the roundup. And there we have it. We're off and running with the Cities of Sigmar half of City of Ash with Jorvan Kreel and Thexa all done. I really, really like these guys. They're quite a characterful little piece. I can't wait to see what they're like in the Cities of Sigmar army. I'll have to wait for that for now. But they're quite fun to do. I love that armor colour. I was really pleased with how that came out, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And, well, if you've got any Anvil Guard projects, survivors maybe.
If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.